and Americanized and
Yeah.
Europeanized to the Haitian condition. And there was this report conversation in WGBH in which some callers were noticing that how wonderful it would be to welcome Haitians to the U.S. because their work ethic is so attractive.
Yes, yes. They work hard.
So
They work
you
2 or 3
have to
jobs.
take pride in this.
Yeah, yeah. They work 2 or 3 jobs because in Haiti you have to know somebody who knows somebody to even work.
Precisely.
My mother had a degree in Haiti, but she had difficulty finding work. Thank God she had a house that she could be a landlord in, so she had that safety net. But a lot of women, have to compromise themselves in order to gain employment, even though they're educated. So when Haitians come here, and particularly Haitian women, they work 2 or 3 jobs, and most of them buy houses, and even most of them the men, because that's something that they never could do, was work. So when they come here, they gobble it up, and sometimes they work too hard because they don't even have time to enjoy that American dream house that they're paying for.
That's right. Of course, I promised that the audience that the interview was going to be double-tiered. The first part was going to be an impromptu, spontaneous conversation, which you noticed was extremely engaging and intelligent on Haiti, its history, and most particularly the recent earthquake. But Jacques Fleury was not invited by African Ascent except accidentally to converse on this particular topic. And yet he was asked, he did, and African Ascent is simply grateful to Jacques for being a historian, a sociologist, a political scientist, and a psychologist of the recent Haitian condition. I'm very grateful. And now we move to the second part of the interview, in which I'll be introducing Jacques to you as a fine novelist, as a fine writer, and as a fine poet. So what I promised them was that I was going to single out a few of his exhilarating poems and read them to you. I'll read them in English, and Jacques will reread them in French. His French is as eloquent, if not more eloquent, as you noticed, than his English. So enjoy the feast of poetic imagination. From Sparks in the Dark. I like the title.
A lighter shade of blue.
A lighter shade of blue. How wonderful. The title itself is poetic.
Yes,
Isn't it?
yes. I thought so myself.
How did you choose this title?
I figured, I'm no longer as blue as I used to be. There's a lot of sparks in the dark for me, and I'm no longer darkened by sadness. And as we know, the blues is associated with, sadness and troubled life. And I said, I'm no longer as blue. I'm coming out of my blue haze into a sunny clarity. So I said the lighter shade.
Into the beauty of darkness.
There's the beauty of darkness. So I said the lighter shade of blue. That means I'm emerging out of darkness into bluer skies. Blue skies and sunny days ahead. It's a title infused with inspiration.
Of course. Reading from The Totally Unfabulous Life of a Haitian Firefly. The gut of the Haitian nation has exploded. Its long, stinking intestinal history sprawled, snarling, unsympathetic. In synchronous bliss all over the ubiquitous dirt roads. Perched participating cars can almost hear the debris hiss like serpents. Squirming in the ashes, I wasn't even born. I remember my mother licking her subtle lips to say to me, when I was pregnant with you, she said. I was caught wearing a red dress. She stopped, her eyes glossy with haunted memory. She later told me that back then the law forbid folks to model red frocks. They said you're personifying bloodshed, that you're becoming weary of stroking the lion that held you hostage, that you wanted baby duck out so you could step out of your doubts. A tauntaun mesquite, meaning a disgruntled beat cope. We're just about to jab a knife into my impregnated mother. Startled a paradox. A rational tauntaun mesquite, a paradox who pleaded her case, excusing my mother for frocking in blood. When the mesquites were out, you'd find hindered voices hiding behind the sheds and outhouses while their persecutors pounded. Sun-streaked pavements looking for comocants, meaning political dissenters in English. I think it's the equivalence to communism in America. Haitian grounds groaned during dogs barking at the inequity. Affluent thoughts were protected, free to roam with apathy. Only the poor was public property, being dragged on a leash throughout the scolding streets for all to see. The ill-fated often fronted Zops are 3Ms, meaning lawless goons looming like leeches. Then seismic cynicism erupted, dressed in satire, substantiated that there is a hell. Angels watching evil evolving, recollecting when the world was once safe for doves. Meanwhile, tomorrow's hope stood stupefied, yearning for their Christmas surprise. Good news, my mother said with her eyes, we're leaving this stinking hellhole. So we left to fly on American air enlightenment, no longer fearing the tauntaun mesquites, jarring judgments you see in Haiti's fear was always thinking. Still I find myself snap out of it. My mother now says, Haiti is behind us now. Island teachings were hopelessly hostile, yet still I sleep in a clamor still, in nightmares, influenced by subversive ideologies. My mother is still in shock, still shy, even though she is free, so she squirms uneasily when she sees me mouthing off political irony. In this American land of the free, she's afraid the law will revoke my identity for speaking spiked political tongues. So I'm gonna stop here in her honor, even though I know I haven't said enough. I love you, Mom. Wonderful.
Well, a compelling read. Thank you very much for that.
Perhaps you could read the French version, if you don't mind.
Well, this is a poem that's called La Luciole haïtienne s'en parle. The Haitian Firefly Speaks. La Luciole haïtienne, c'est moi. The Haitian Firefly, that's me. J'avais grandi apprenant le bain du sang. Je prends plaisir dans l'époque des oppressions. I grew up taking bloodbaths, basking in the epoch of oppression. Je suis un poète créole. I am a Creole poet. Mais mon nation était occupée avec les Français. But my nation was occupied